Peace and blessings, everybody. I hope you are having a beautiful, blessed, prosperous day today. I've got something to share with you, and you are in for a treat. An amazing thing is about to happen. I want to check my audio levels, so give me a second. If you come on, do me a favor and share. About to share some life-changing teachings because somebody asked me to, and the request was just so, I don't know, undeniable. I'll read the letter to you in a few minutes so you can see while I'm on here, and then maybe you can appreciate this request that came from somebody else. Do me a favor, if you're on, you could just do a little chat and let me know that you can hear the audio. I would appreciate it. There's also music playing, and if you can hear that, let me know if you can hear the microphone and you can hear the music. I'm going to switch over to the chat real quick just to make sure we're coming through loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear the microphone, and then let me know if you can hear the music. If you'll leave a comment, that'll let me know if we can proceed, because I don't want to be sitting up here doing an entire show and then nobody can hear it. That has happened before. Technology is a beautiful thing when it works, but sometimes, like I know, it seems to have a mind of its own sometimes. So those of you that are on, if you could just chat, leave a comment and say, yeah, we can hear the microphone, PT, and we can hear the music. Because I don't know if you can hear the music. Yesterday I did a show and the microphone came through, but the music didn't come through. So I'm just curious to make sure everything is going well. Still waiting on somebody to tell me yay or nay. All right. I thank you so much, Lily Jackson, 75. I appreciate you. I can hear you, the music, and the music, PT. Well, thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm going to do this for you, Lily, because I would have been waiting forever, waiting on everybody else. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate you. I want to share something with you. I got a letter. Y'all know I get mail from people. And sometimes it's great and amazing. Sometimes it's horrible. It's just people just being people. And sometimes you have to look through the weeds, sometimes to see the flowers. But I found this and I thought this was really something that I needed to share because it kind of did tug at my heartstrings, because I know what it's like to want to change and transform your life. And sometimes it seems like all the systems and all the coaches and all the speakers are out of your financial reach based on where you are financially. But man, this letter just really touched my heart. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to share this letter with you, and you tell me if it resonates. And from the letter, I'm just going to dive right into this teaching, this request that I was asked by someone, and I just really do appreciate it. Here's what it says. I'll see if I can just do this. It says, Dear Pastor Troy, I admire your style of teaching in ministry and as a mindset coach. Now that just kind of caught my eye. This person's been watching me in ministry and as a mindset coach. And they say, I follow, watch, and read everything you post. And I am blessed, enlightened, and inspired literally every single time. I'm determined to get my life and my finances together. And I know I can if I keep following your teachings. If I lived in Georgia, I'd be at Freedom Church every time the doors are open. Which brings me to the reason I'm writing you today. Under my current financial debacle, I cannot afford to hire you as my mindset coach. But sir, I promise you that if I could, I would, because what I've already learned from your Facebook post and your YouTube videos has already changed my mind and what I believe I can do. And that's what got me right there. This person goes on to say, so if you could, sir, would you please do a free mindset coaching on this subject and post it on Facebook or your YouTube channel, please? If you do, I promise you that when, not if, this caught my eye, and I'm going to read it the way it was written because it really caught my eye. If you do, I promise you that when, not if, I turn my finances around, you will be the first person I bless generously, because I want others all over the world to hear and see the wisdom God has given you for people like me. Man, come on. You gotta appreciate that right there. Thank you in advance, sincerely, their name. Yeah, you gotta appreciate stuff like that. And I read that and I have a hectic schedule today. I'm actually in between coaching calls, even as we speak. But I wanted to jump on here just to kind of respond and do a teaching. And I'm going to do 6 sessions absolutely free. And guess what? It starts right now. I want to call this Cultivating Abundance Mindset in Challenging Circumstances. Okay. Cultivating an abundance mindset in challenging circumstances. And this will be part one of 6 parts. Are you guys ready? Man, I hope you're ready. And I know this is so impromptu. I didn't announce this. Nobody knew I was going to be doing this. So listen, it'll be on the internet for replay and for you to share because I believe people all over the world probably need to hear what I'm going to say. I really do. Here's what I want to do. I want you to imagine I'm holding up 2 maps. Can you imagine I'm holding up 2 maps? Okay. And I want you to understand this. Every person that's watching this video, either now or later, there's one thing you've got to understand. You are navigating life with one of 2 maps in your hand. What did you say, PT? You are navigating life with 1 or 2 maps in your hand. Here's what you need to understand. One of the maps leads you deeper into the desert of financial lack. But here's good news. The other map leads you to the undiscovered treasure of truth where you operate in abundance. And guess what's about to happen? Today, we're going to choose the right map. And we want to get you to that place of abundance, get you to that place where you are functioning above poverty, above lack. And I want to guide you there through this 6 sessions that I'm about to give you. Now, I'm going to start with one core principle, and I need you to catch it. There'll be others, but let's start with the first one. Here's my first core principle. Our mental focus isn't just positive thinking. There's so many people that think, oh, there's just positive thinking. That's that positive guru trash. No, 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 no. I don't do that. I am giving you something that's greater than positive thinking, okay? Your mental focus is actually, and here's the principle, your mental focus is a prophetic act. Somebody needs to catch this. My mental focus is a prophetic act. Now, I'm going to throw up the chats because I want to see if anybody's really going to be tracking what I'm throwing down today because this is about to get real good. Say it again. My mental focus is what? It is a prophetic act. And I think you all know what prophetic means, right? It means that you are prophesying what is to come. Your mindset is prophesying what is to come. What you think about, you bring about. I'm already teaching. Your mindset prophesies what is to come, which is why you have to be very conscious of what you're thinking. Because if you are thinking wrong thoughts, you're only going to bring more wrong results. Oh my God, that's good right there. So what is your mindset? Your mindset is prophetic thinking. And I don't want to rush through that because that's very, very important that you understand it. The Bible says it this way, that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What we think actually does matter. And what you think about your finances actually matters. Even deeper than that, what you think about yourself in terms of finances actually matters. Your mental focus, and I want you to catch this, shapes your lived reality because it directs your attention, it directs your energy, and guess what it directs? It directs your very next move. Wow, that's good, PT. See, by consciously training your brain, you can train your brain to think in terms of abundance, and you create the psychological and spiritual conditions for the reality to manifest and materialize in your life. Why? Because what you think about, you bring about. How you see yourself financially is either going to attract abundance or it's going to attract lack based on how you view yourself through the financial lens. Okay. And here's what I got to tell you. I know this is going to be challenging, but you have got to change the way you think. You have got to think abundance even when you are in poverty. You've got to think abundance even when every circumstance around you screams scarcity, poverty, and lack. Here's why. Because the right mindset allows you to scream back. The right mindset allows you to scream back, even in poverty, and you're screaming back not audibly, but with your mind alone, you are screaming back, I will not be financially challenged all the years of my life. I remember when I made that decision that I will not be financially challenged all the years of my life. I had to retrain my brain. I had to reprogram my mindset. Now, here's another core principle that I want to add on top of the one I just gave you. Are you ready? Here it is. Your focus is your faith in action. Teach Pastor Troy Wynn Sr. Let me say it again. Your focus is what? It is your faith in action. Now, listen, I think we need to get radical. I also want to get real. And if you don't mind, you know me, I really want to get raw in this teaching. Number one, this first installation. Challenging circumstances aren't just obstacles, okay? I need you to understand that the challenging circumstances are not just obstacles. For me, the way I see challenging circumstances, and I'll share this with you, don't think I'm crazy because it's changed my life. I see challenging circumstances as like MRI machines for our soul. Yeah, I know I'm different. Let me say it again. I see challenging circumstances as MRI machines for our soul. PT, that was real good. What do you mean, PT? Challenging circumstances aren't just obstacles, right? They are literally MRI machines for your soul. In other words, the challenging circumstances, watch this, reveal the default operating system that is running your mind. Oh God, this is rich. This is rich. And this is absolutely free. You don't want to miss these 6 sessions. I'm going to give you the keys, come on, to your financial liberation. Challenging circumstances reveal what? The default operating system that is actually running your mind. Here's the question. The system that's running your mind, is it a system of lack or is it a system of legacy? Woo, PT. The system that runs my mind is a system of legacy, not a system of lack. But it used to be a system of lack. Let me ask you this. The system that's running your mind as it relates to finances, is your system that's running your mind a system of success, or is it a system, watch this, of self-sabotage? Living without a budget, that's a system of self-sabotage. Ruining your credit, that's a system of self-sabotage. You see how this goes? And I want to teach you not to sabotage yourself, but to set yourself up for success. So the question is, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing with our mindset? Because if you are operating your mind with a scarcity thinking, please catch this, your life is being controlled by what I call a poverty loop. Oh my God. You guys have got to share this because I believe 1 billion people need to hear this. Say it again, PT, because it's so rich. I don't want you to miss this. Your mind, if you are operating your mind with a scarcity thinking or a scarcity mindset or a scarcity system, here's what you've got to embrace. Your life, your entire life is being controlled by a poverty loop. This is why you need a mindset shift so you can break out of the poverty loop. Okay, let me make it real practical because I want you to see yourself if this applies to you. Here's what your internal audio system sounds like if your mind is operating with a scarcity mindset. Let me let you know if this sounds familiar. There's never enough. I can't afford this. Opportunities are rare. This is just how my life is. Woo. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That used to be the audio that was running on a loop in my mind when I was living below poverty, when I was on WIC and welfare, when I was struggling financially, when I was thinking and saying to myself, I'll never be anything. I'll never have anything. I'm going to be broke all the days of my life. I can't make ends meet. I got more month than money. This is what was on a loop in my mind. And if this sounds familiar to you, you're in the right place at the right time. That's all I want to tell you. The scarcity mindset is literally, please catch this, a prison of perception. Woo! PT, don't do it. I got to do it. Say it again. This poverty mindset, this scarcity mindset is literally a prison, come on, of perception. And what it does, it shrinks your world to nothing. And you don't even realize how it is controlling your entire life because you're in a prison of poverty in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit, how you see, what you think, what you believe is possible for you because you're thinking in a prison of poverty. But mindsets were meant to be changed. Oh my God. Mindsets were meant to be recalibrated. Mindsets were meant to be reset. Oh my God. So here's what we're going to do. I want to help you because if this sounds like you, here's what you will find yourself doing. You're someone who does not play to win. No, you just play to survive. You play not to lose, but you don't play to win because, watch this, you don't believe you can win. Woo! Oh my God. This is so good. I want to change the narrative that's going on in your head because as long as you think you can't win, you won't win. But the moment you say to yourself, I am going to win, I am a winner, I cannot be defeated, then the mindset has to shift. Why? Because you're breaking out of that prison that is holding you captive in the way that you see yourself and what you believe for yourself. Can I go deeper? If you got a poverty mindset, you never see the threads. All you see are the threats. Everything is a financial threat. Everything is a financial threat. But when you change your mindset, you start to see the threads. And listen, I hope you see the threads that I'm throwing to you through this free mindset coaching, because this is a thread and you need to, right there, you need to catch it. Somebody say, whoop, there it is. Yeah, you got to catch this thing because if you catch it, then you can recreate your future simply by reimagining your life and reprogramming your mindset. Can I go deeper? Here's the key. The key is to retrain your brain. Let me say it again because you got to catch this. The key is to retrain your brain. Watch this, with what we call abundance thinking. And listen, it can be done. Millions have done it, and you will be 1,000,001 to do it. What do you mean, PT? You got to train your brain. You got to train your brain. Some of you got to retrain your brain with abundance thinking. Here's why, because abundance thinking is the opposite of the poverty mindset. Let me say that again. Abundance thinking is the opposite of the poverty mindset. As a matter of fact, abundance thinking, watch this, is the pioneer's mindset. You remember the pioneers of the day of old? How they would just go into the woods and just build civilizations and build houses and make towns. In the midst of nothing, they were very creative with the resources because they knew how to take them, transform them into what they needed. Oh my God. Oh my God. So the abundance mindset is super powerful because what it does, it changes the way you see life. It changes the way you see yourself. And instead of always seeing obstacles, you start seeing opportunities. Instead of seeing threats, you start seeing threads. And that's all going to happen when you adopt abundance thinking and an abundance mindset. And here's the kick. You've got to do it in poverty. You've got to do it on Section 8. You've got to do it on welfare. You've got to do it with an EBT card. You got to do it chasing bills, hoping you can catch it before they catch you. You have to do it in that place because that is the place where transformation happens, because once transformation happens, then transition can happen. There can be no transition where there is no transformation. Oh my God, this is good. Let me say that again and keep it moving. There can be no transition where there is no transformation, and transformation begins here. Let me be very clear. Transformation does not begin in your finances. This is the fallacy that just continues to fool people. Transformation does not begin in your finances. Transformation begins in your focus. You asked, I'm delivering it. Somebody needs to say that. Transformation begins in my focus. So how you focus is going to determine your future. That internal audio should sound like this. Resources can be found or created. That internal audio in your mind should sound like this. There are multiple paths forward for me. Your internal audio should sound like this. My current situation is temporary. Woo! Your internal audio should sound like this. The world is full of possibilities. Woo! Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. And see, this excites me because this is exactly what changed the trajectory of my life from a tragedy to a triumphant thriller. Come on, thriller. Come on, somebody. And if it works for me and millions of others, it'll work for you. The principles do not fail. They only fail when we fail to apply and practice the principles consistently. But if you're serious about turning your financial situation around, you're going to be eating this up. Isn't that how y'all do it? You need to be eating this up because it starts with your mind. It starts with your mental framework. And here's what I'm giving you. I'm actually giving you a framework for your faith. Oh my God. Say it again, PT. Here's what I'm teaching you. I am giving you a framework for your faith because your faith needs a framework. You understand that? Now, the framework is powerful because this framework expands your world. It expands where the little spot where you've pigeonholed yourself based on where you were born, the family you're a part of, your family history and what your family has always struggled with or what your family has never had or what no one's in your family has ever done this, that, or the other. What does that have to do with you? Absolutely nothing. You are a pioneer. You're having the pioneer mindset because it comes with an abundance mindset. So let's quit thinking about the negative history and let's start thinking about rewriting your history. My God, that's good. That's good. When you understand what I'm saying, here's what's going to happen, guys. With this faith framework that I'm teaching you, this abundance mindset that I'm teaching you, what's going to happen is that you will start to be able to see God's economy. And here's why this is so important. God's economy operates on different math. I'm here to tell you. You read all the stories in the Bible, 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Listen, that is kingdom mathematics, okay? Because there's no way with earth mathematics that you could take 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread and feed nobody, okay? Maybe a small child. Jesus takes it and feeds over 5,000 people, okay? That's because kingdom mathematics, God's mathematics, God's economy is a multiplier, and it takes the minimum and it multiplies it. This is why this teaching is so important. You've got to understand this. Please hear me, because I'm giving this to you because I want to be a part of the change and the transformation that's going to happen. You have to understand that your greatest resource, please hear me, your greatest resource, please hear me, your greatest resource is not your bank account. Wait a minute, PT. All I need is more money. No. Trust me. Trust me. Before you get to the more money, you need some other things. So your greatest resource is not your bank account. Your greatest resource is actually between your ears and in your chest. I call it your mind and your heart. When your mind and your heart become aligned with abundance thinking and you kill poverty thinking, scarcity thinking, you reject it. Even if you're living in poverty, you reject it and say, this is not where I belong. This is not where I'm going to stay all the days or years of my life. This is not me. This is a temporary situation, and I will not be here all the years of my life. You got to understand. You got to understand that it starts here and it starts here. I have a teaching that I tell people: head, right? Heart, hands, harvest. I call it the 4-H club. Get it in your head. Let it flow into your heart. Won't be long for it hits your hands. And what'll be in your hands? It'll be your harvest. But it all starts in the head. Again, the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he. So in poverty, you got to say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise. Abundance is attracted to me. I will not be broke all the days of my life. I shall sow seed and reap harvest from seed sown and repeat the process until I am walking and living in a perpetual state of reaping. Oh my God. Now I need to tell you something, and I'm just going to be flat out brutally honest with you. This is not denial that I'm teaching. If you're in a situation of current financial frustration, I'm not teaching denial. I'm not teaching you to deny the facts. I am not teaching you to deny your reality or your current financial situation. That is not what I'm teaching you. What I am giving you is a strategic focus. Whoop. My God, this is rich. I am giving you a strategic focus. Here's why. Because God has equipped you with something called a reticular activating system. Google this. Every human being in the human brain possesses a reticular activating system. Well, Pastor Troy, what is that? I'm so glad you asked. It is nothing more than a filter that recognizes and finds for you whatever you put in it. Have you ever bought a car and you got that car and it was new to you, even if it wasn't brand new, it was new to you. And suddenly, when you started driving around in that car, you suddenly started noticing the same make and the same model of your car almost everywhere you looked. Every time you turned around, that person's driving the same kind of car I'm driving. There goes another one. Oh my God, there goes another one. Here's what happens. Because you are in it, oh my God, this is so rich. Because you are in something, come on, that you've never had before. The reticular, this is so good to me, activating system seeks out to locate and allocate other vehicles that look like the one you sitting in. This is why this teaching is life-changing. If I can get you to sit your mind in prosperity, if I can get you to sit your mind in abundance, even while you're in poverty, set your mind in it, set your spirit in it, set your soul in it, set your heart in it, and say, you know what? This is what I desire for my life. So before I get it, I'm going to sit in it. I said I was going to do this and be real calm and be composed and be dignified. But man, I just love good teaching. And I love giving life-changing teaching to people because they're going to come back and say, Pastor Troy, my guy, you changed my life with that teaching. And I'll say, no. You changed your own life because you didn't just listen, you leveraged it. You didn't just listen, you leveraged what you heard. So give credit to God and then give credit to yourself because you're the one that had to do the work, which means you've got to tell scarcity to get out. You've got to tell scarcity, I am no longer going to input you into my reticular activating system because here's what happens, people. Here's what happens, and I hope you can appreciate this. When you tell your brain that scarcity is a part of your life, you know what your brain does? Your brain finds you more lack, finds you more poverty, finds you more scarcity. Yeah, but imagine what happens when you reprogram your mind. What happens when you retrain your brain and you tell your brain, you know what? I walk in abundance. I live in abundance. Shucks, I am abundance. You know what your brain's gonna start doing? It's gonna start spotting resources that you never saw. It's gonna start spotting connections that you did not know existed. It's going to start spotting doorways that you were blind to before. Why? Because you finally set in something that was better than what you were actually experiencing. Here's the viral question today. I want to give it to you and then I'm going to go. This has been phenomenal. I cannot wait to hear the testimonies of how this blessed you. But I want to give you a viral question. Are you ready? Here it is. Just so you know, I'm serious about shutting it down. I'm getting ready to play some music in the background and we're going to call it a day on this thing. Here's the question. If you absolutely believed that enough resources, enough grace, and enough opportunities were already on their way to you, here's the question. What bold action would you take tomorrow? And whatever that answer is, I want you to do it. It is time for you to not just think different, but to move different, to get a budget, to become aware of what your expenses are and what your income is, and then live below your means. Get on the struggle bus for a season. Because here's what I know. When you get on the struggle bus, you change your mindset. Here's what happens. You've got yourself a system. Oh my God. When you start cutting back, reducing bills, unnecessary bills, When you stop eating out for a season and you get a cheaper phone bill and you reduce your cable channels and you cut back every way that you can, you start living mean and you start living lean. It's only for a season though, so that you can recalibrate, so that you can get a hold of your money. Because if you don't know where your money is going, you don't know where you're going. That's called a system. And here's what I love about having a financial system. Once you have a system, baby, brother, it's no longer called a struggle. It's called success in the making. Woo! Pastor Troy. Can I say that again? Once you have a system, brothers and sisters, it's no longer called a struggle. No. When you on that struggle bus, it's no longer called a struggle. It's called a system, and it's called success in the making. Because you know, at the end of that bus ride of settling and setting standards or setting a budget and cutting back, when you get to the end of that bus ride, your finances are gonna be better than they ever been before. Now you lean in and you let me lay this hay where the horses can get it, okay? You are not stuck. You are being prepared for your way up. Woo! Outside, I just had to pump the music up on that. Can I say that again? You are not stuck. I know you thought you were stuck. No, you're not stuck. You are being prepared for your way up. All the way up, all the way up. Oh, this is an exciting time. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to go. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, here's what I need from you. From this part 1 of 6 parts of cultivating an abundance mindset in challenging circumstances, here's what I need from you. This is how you can pay me today. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, I need 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! This has been Pastor Troy Wynn Sr. giving it to the people, because I believe power to the people. You don't want to miss part 2. Part 2, we're going to get into hacking the language of scarcity. Okay? I don't know when part 2 is going to air. Whenever I get another break. Okay? But chew on part 1, put it into action, and let somebody know, hey, there's a guy who's giving game. He's not gatekeeping. He's giving the keys and the blueprint, and you might want to tune in and tap in so that you can create and cultivate an abundance mindset even in challenging circumstances. Hey, if this has been enlightening, informative, educational, inspiring, do me a smooth favor and like, share, and follow, because there's more where this came from. Let's start building a legacy of success from the bottom to the top. Power to the people. And by the people, I mean power to you. Peace.